All right, so next topic, I want to ask you about niacin flushing because I've been niacin flushing, and I want to know if you have any experience with this. I feel like
Do I?
it's really it calms the mind. Like it helps me sleep sometimes, and I think for people with depression and psychiatric disorders who are resorting to these antidepressant drugs, niacin could be like the thing to try. What do you think?
I love it. I like almost every form of niacin. I like NAC. I
Yeah,
like
I wanted to ask you about
NAD.
NAC because NAD. I wanted to ask you about NAD because that's really popular in the anti-aging community right now. A lot of people are hyped on NAD and they're doing NAD injections because it gets into the bloodstream better and it's super anti-aging. So yeah, go on.
Yeah. Well, the thing about NAD, the reason that they take it so much is because it activates one of the particular longevity genes called sirtuin number 2. I like NAD. My mom takes it, but I know my mom, for example, doesn't really care about activating, turning off mTOR so it can turn on the sirtuins. So she's never really going to do that, right? So I have to go the next route and tell her, okay, well, let's activate these genes without you having to worry about polyphasic fasting or medicinal herbs. I know she won't do any of these things really. So I have to activate them through supplementation. So that's the best way for the average person who doesn't know, like, oh my gosh, how do I deactivate Raptor and mTOR? I don't know how to deactivate this, and I don't know what it does activate. So instead of really caring or learning, you just go straight to taking the supplements that actually just activate them regardless. You know, if you don't want to lose weight and you're trying to carry a lot of muscle around, you're a bodybuilder or something, you can't, most of them aren't going to skip breakfast or lunch or dinner or things like that, right? They're trying to maintain weight on. Like I have a fast metabolism. See, I'm real thin. So if I'm trying to gain weight and I'm getting horrible sleep, it's going to be really hard for me to activate mTOR by, because I can't polyphasic fast or do anything like that. So I would go around that and I would go straight to the those NAD, would activate those longevity genes. So that's why they work and that's why they're good. And they're all niacin-based compounds. Niacin seems to be really important to the human body, somewhat like almost to the point of where it's almost a requirement. And it is a water-soluble vitamin, so we need to get it in through our diet. But niacin seems to be one of those things that you can just take tons of. Like you can overdose on B6. You know that you can get nerve damage if you took too much B6 continuously. Not in one day, but if you did it for like 3 months, you can get nerve damage in your body. You can take too much B12. You can overdose on B12, literally. But you can never overdose on niacin because you will flush from it. Your body will throw it out the skin. It's just like it doesn't need it. Like you got to get rid of it. That's where that flush comes.
I heard niacin can elevate your liver enzymes and that there's some concern that it can cause liver damage if you take it too much too often. What do you think?
Well, yeah, but you're talking about to the point where you feel unhealthy and you're flushing. You're laying on your back and your skin is red and you're itching. You feel literally horrible.
I like the feeling. I mean, it warms you up. It's nice. The feeling afterwards, it puts you in a calm mindset. It seems how to be a very strong anti-stressor.
Yeah, but we're talking about that's when the flush is happening, but we're talking about going way overboard. Like my first experience on it, I was going to fight, and my friend Dan told me,
I remember you told me about this. I want to hear it again,
though. worst idea ever. Didn't even know what niacin was, right? I just started popping them. They're 500 milligrams each, and I'm waiting. I'm like, I don't feel anything, so I just pop more, and pretty soon I'm popping. I popped like 18 of them, 500 milligrams each.
Oh my gosh.
I had like the windows down. I had his Coca-Cola and I poured it all over my body and I was itching so bad. I had scratched myself open. So I was bleeding everywhere. So by the time I got to my fights, I was outside. It was cold. It was in the mountains of Mount San Jacinto and it was, everyone's freezing and I'm out there with a shirt off, beet red, bloody with Coke all over me. I must have looked insane. It was so funny though because I look back and go, that's what I get. That's niacin for you. It has the most bizarre side effect I've ever felt in my life from any supplement. Niacin is a very strange one, and that's overdosing. That's what hurts the liver, not what you're doing.
Right.
That's actually really good for the heart. Matter of fact, people that have weak hearts and bad hearts, they need niacin. It's a really good, helpful thing for the heart. Really helps with circulation.